Hey fish fans, it's Raina. This is a video that is going to recap my California mermaid trip with a focus on juggling our toddler and all the little intricacies of international travel. Before we get into it, I want to give you a disclaimer that I'm a tired mom and I have been using CapCut to do some of my editing. This allows me to edit on my phone on the go, but it does limit some of the editing I can do, which is why the quality is a little bit different than some of my other vlogs. I'm really concerned about trying to maintain this relationship with my subscribers, getting the content out, making sure it's good enough quality and not obsessing over making sure it's perfect quality where everything's shot in, HD 4000 kind of thing and has like perfect music edited in and everything. One of the things that CapCut does let me do that I want to be transparent about is it lets me put on a little filter, which for me saves me time from having to do a full face of makeup before I sit down and do my vlogs. I like to do makeup before I do the vlogs because I'm very tired and run down. So I am using the little filter, which is why my skin looks good. It fills in my eyebrows a bit and gives me some lashes. And I don't want to give people incorrect expectations that this is how I look all the time. It's not, it's a filter. And I think people need to be more honest about that. It's just a little confidence boost for me when I go back and look at the video, okay? All right, so there's so much to talk about. I'm going to try to get through it all and try not to ramble too much. So we went to the California Mermaid Convention this past May 2024. We have been going pretty consistently since 2018, I think is maybe when we started going, or around there. I don't know, I'd have to double check my videos, but it has been a really cool process to see it evolve from this little weekend to this, like, it was like a day, like mermaid weekend, but it was a day and then the next day was the parade, and now it's this full-fledged convention that just keeps getting bigger every year with all kinds of stuff added to it. For us, coming from East Coast Canada, it typically takes us around 15 to 20 hours of travel time, including layovers, to get from one end of the continent to literally the other end of the continent. So this time around it took us 15 hours. We had a big layover in Newark, so we flew from Nova Scotia to Newark, and then we had a big layover there, and then from Newark to Sacramento. Often we are saddled with taking 3 flights, and that is really rough. So often it'll be Nova Scotia to Quebec or Toronto, and then Denver, and then Sacramento, or San Francisco, and then Sacramento, or even sometimes Lax and then Sacramento. It can be hard to get to Sacramento. So traveling like that as adults is really difficult, but throw in all the mermaid gear that you're trying to keep with you and a child who now is 2 and running around and doesn't want to sit still in an airplane for hours on end. It is just crazy, okay? So one of the things that we found that have really helped us, that I recommend to every mermaid that is traveling, is we got GPS trackers. We've put them in all of our luggage. Because we have a child, we're also taking a car seat, and you can usually take one additional thing like a stroller or a pack and play or something, and we put GPS tags on all of that. This came in handy last year when we went to Mexico and our luggage was lost for an entire week, and we were able to use the trackers to tell them that they sent our luggage from Canada to the Middle East and they were able to track it down and get us back to us. So this was really reassuring to be able to check the app frequently. I use the Tile app. This is not an endorsement. I'm not getting paid to say this, but it's been an amazing investment. I know there's Apple AirTag, so definitely for your mermaid stuff. People ask me how I travel with Tails, and I always do checked luggage, and I do an additional luggage. It's just too hard for our family to stay within the weight limit with the allotted amount of check luggage, so we always do an additional. Now that our son is old enough to require a paid ticket, so he's not a lap baby anymore, he has to sit in the seat, we are allotted 3 bags. So we use the 3rd bag, which is a hockey bag, to put the mermaid tail and other heavy things in it to get that done. So that was really good. So we get to Newark, and it's, our little guy did really well on the flight, much better than I was expecting. He slept a little bit. We brought a tablet. He used that, but I didn't get to sit with my husband, so it was a bit exhausting because I was taking care of the little guy the entire time, and I didn't really get to sleep the night before, which always happens to me before I go to a convention. So we're doing that. We get to Newark, and there's this great little play place, so our little guy is playing on that. He's having a great time, and he does it for hours and hours and hours. So when we take the next flight to get to Sacramento, he sleeps, which is great because I'm stuck by myself again. So we do that. He sleeps. It's phenomenal. We get there and I'm thinking, okay, man, we always have bad luck traveling. Maybe this time it'll be good. And we did have a little bad luck in that our whole family had been sick for about 2 months at this point. We had Fifth's disease, and then we had another cold or flu, and we were still sick while flying and wearing masks so that we don't spread it to people. But for me, I had horrible pain through my sinuses and my ears. My ears blocked for most of the trip because of flying while sick. I don't recommend it, but there was no way around it for us. So we did that, and then we landed. And even though we prepaid for a rental car, they did not have any rental cars. And it took us several hours at 10 o'clock at night to procure a rental car. My husband was able to work some magic with the rental car company because he prepaid, and we ended up getting this phenomenal minivan for a fraction of the cost. It was like made last year. Opened our eyes to how amazing it is to travel with a minivan. I'm totally on board with minivans. So we do all that. We finally get there. We're sick. We're exhausted. It's after midnight. It's now Thursday morning, and we were supposed to have like so much of a buffer day, and we did not get that. Whew. Anyway, Thursday, sick as a dog. Trying to spend that day just getting prepped for the convention and also healing and not being around people because we didn't want to spread. So we went to all of the different pharmacies, got all the great American over-the-counter medication because you guys have way better options than we have in Canada, so that was pretty cool. We got some good stuff. Went and bought some wigs that I really needed at a local wig store. I got 3 of them and I loved them. The wig store was phenomenal. Picked up a few things from the costume shop to be ready for the parade the next day. And yeah, just rested, really enjoyed our hotel. It was good. So the Friday was the parade, and this is different because usually it's on a Sunday, and we did it this year on a Friday. It was really great. We had the Abalone Merman, formerly known as Maui Merman, and he was leading a dance, which was great. Everybody was in costume. I want to give a huge shout out to Mermaid Lexi, who is a good friend of mine, but basically acted like my personal assistant during this thing. She took River around. And just prior to it, actually, I got pulled in with Medusa Rena and the co-founders, Rachel and Ashley, of the convention, and I got to do a Fox News spot. So that was really fun. There was a group of us. We did this Fox News spot. So I was actually all done up already and just had to put on my parade outfit to go do the parade. So that was a cool combination of things. Then the Friday night, we went to the dive bar, and I just love the dive bar. All the time love the dive bar. The dive bar, if you've never been, I have several videos of it. I encourage you to check them out. There is an aquarium across the top. And I wore kind of a risque fashion show outfit by Thistle Inspire, and I built it together with some products from Amazon, and I was so proud of it, but also like really nervous to wear it because mom body. I'm really struggling right now with the mom bod, up and down, just the fluctuations. And it was great. I felt really confident, and getting to see the amazing fashion show was just brilliant. The designs were amazing. Everything was great. As part of it, I gave Rachel my Insta360 X3 camera, which is a 360 camera that I've been starting to post videos with. This, I think, is going to be a game changer for mermaids, and I'm going to be doing a whole video just on this with a review and instructions because it is a really hard learning curve for some people. For me, it's not that natural to figure it out. However, the footage I'm getting from it is so wild and cool. If you check out my long form videos, I got Rachel to take the Insta360 into the tank, and this is a camera that films everything around it. So when you're editing it, envision it like Google Maps. You can grab any part of the image and pivot it and spin it and look at it from any perspective as long as the camera has had the ability to see everything. So that's really cool. Made some mistakes learning how to use it, trying to rush to learn it. Just got it right before the trip. You know, that's what happens. But it was still fun. So Rachel took it in. Please go check out that footage. It's really cool. And I also used it to get a little bit of footage of the bar, which was awesome. I stayed till the bitter end, which is kind of rough for a mama, but it was the only way I could get a drive home. And Ashley, aka Smashly, one of the co-founders and an amazing dive bar mermaid, she brought me home. We got to see just so many great things, and it was such a great day with so many people that first day is really such a great way to kick things off. We're not swimming yet, but it's just so wonderful to meet people. I've been talking for 10 minutes now, and I can tell that this is going to have to be a series. So this is my flight Thursday and Friday update. If you want to hear about the rest of the con, the Saturday and the Sunday with the 2 days in the pool and the special grotto party that we had, along with the rest of the things that we did on our California trip, I'm going to be following this up with one more, maybe 2 more videos. So please like and subscribe, click the bell if you want to get notified. I'm also sharing lots of photos from this trip on my social media accounts. I'm sharing videos all over the place. I have tons of shorts. If you only watch my long form videos, you might really enjoy my shorts for just little bite-sized snippets of behind the scenes of what's going on in our mermaid life. Like, I'm such a hand talker here. I just get excited about shorts. I'm having so much fun. I've been learning so much. I've been getting mentoring. It's so mind-blowing. So definitely, if you want to see those, you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Facebook. I have a fan group. I've got my Patreon on pause right now. I'm looking into alternatives for that. But just, I appreciate your support. And as always, when you use my Mertailor code, that helps me continue to do things. So that is Reina10, all capitals, at themertailor.com, and it works on the majority of fabric products, including tails, and I am featuring my brand new tail at the convention, so I can't wait to show you some of that. So please come back, and we will talk more about the convention. Until then, here's a little preview of some of the footage. We'll touch base soon.